Hey guys, it's Bear with the Camping Camper. So I know it's been a little while and I've been inconsistent with videos. We're trying to rectify that right now. I've got 2 or 3, 4 videos worth of content that I really need to get out there. The life's been chaotic. I went to the Pictured Rocks area, I came back and we had a lot of work to do. I worked like 130 hours in 12 days at work and just getting back into a routine there. So now I'm getting that sorted out. Also been working on a special project that I'm going to share with you guys in the near future. 3 or 4 actually, but one big one at the house. And so we'll go over all that and you'll see where I've been spending my time. But I'm ready to get back with you guys because I enjoy spending time with you guys and learning this adventure together, okay? So hopefully you find my videos entertaining. If you do, please hit that subscribe button and just follow along the adventure. So today what I wanted to talk to you about is the #1 thing that I can't stand about I still say brand new camper. It's a year old, I've had it a year, but I can't stand it. And I actually did this back in like January, and here it is almost September, and I'm just now getting around to making a video about it because technically I forgot until I go on the camping trip and I sit down and I'm like, oh yeah, I still need to make that video. So the thing that irritates me more than anything in a new camper is the lack of USB ports. Why is there a lack of USB ports? They cost like $5 a piece, and that's retail. I'm sure like when they're building a camper, they can get it cheaper. You got all these 12-volt wires running all over the camper. Why can't we put some more USB ports in the camper? It's the time and day here, people. All we got to do is just catch up. Everybody's got their phone. They want to charge it when they're hanging out in the camper. So why does my fifth wheel only have one double USB port in the bedroom on one side of the bed? There should be one on both sides of the bed. There should be one in the living room, and there should be one in the kitchen. So if you look at the replacement couches and stuff, a lot of those have USB ports built into them. That's where I got this idea. And so I thought, how bad would it be to put a USB port in our couch? Now, good news for you, if you have an older camper, it's easy to find a 12-volt wire that has constant power. Now, in the newer rigs, you know, you have more LED lights that are 12 volt, but they're usually switched. And so that switch, whenever it's turned off, those wires going to all those lights aren't going to have 12-volt power. That's just the way it works. And so I looked over my camper and I was trying to find a way to put one in my couch. And there was only one obvious answer. There was a bunch of 12-volt lights, but again, they're on a dimmer switch. And so that wouldn't work. But I realized that there had to be constant 12-volt going to that dimmer switch. And so all it took was a little look underneath the slide, and I found that wire. I'm going to show you right here. And the wire comes out and goes up. And when you check this stuff, obviously, you're not sure what's 12 volt, what could be 110 volt. So I would suggest that you do it with your camper unplugged. That's what I did. And obviously the battery's still going to be supplying the 12 volt. So what we did was we got a test light. We went under there. We made a little hole in the sheath of the wire that I thought was the 12 volt wire, and I was right. It lit up like a Christmas tree. So then all we had to do was splice into that wire and run a positive and negative wire from there down the side of the slide and up through the floorboard. Now the problem with that, with most areas that would be fine because you have the wire coming up there. You can just snake it right under the couch there and come up and go out. But I didn't really trust that. You would never see it because of the couch sitting there. But we travel with dogs, and our dogs can be a little stupid sometimes. And I could just see when I'm going on that wire. So that's why I decided we needed to do something else. So I took a utility knife. I made a slit right where the hole come up where the wire came out. And I made another slit like where the couch is, like in the middle there. And I run the wire, snaked it under there put a snake through there, taped it on there, pulled the wire back out. Now the biggest problem that I had with all this, I did wire it up like temporarily to make sure that it would work. and it was fine. And I just threw the USB thing in the console of the couch, boop, and it was done. But after a little while, I wanted it to be cleaner, and then, like I said, I was worried about the dogs and that kind of stuff. So I ran it under the carpet. And the biggest problem that I had with the whole install was bringing the wire up and connecting it to the USB connector, because I cut it off too short, to be truthfully honest. And so you just had a hard time getting the couch over near where it's supposed to be and being able to get your hand up in these holes that I cut out in the couch, which are strictly cosmetic in places that you can't see, in order to do that. I also made a hole in the console to put the USB outlet, because it has a little plastic nut on the back of it. But I really made that hole too small, but the flange on the front of it was really small, and so I didn't want to make it too big where it would just come out. And so I made the hole there. You just have to cut the material on the inside a little bit. Made the hole there, and I got everything wired in, and it's been great. I just don't know why they can't put an outlet on the wall right there, put an outlet in the kitchen. Now, one thing that you do need to remember if you're going to do this stuff is that these outlets will cause a small amount of parasitic draw. So if you're somewhere where you don't plug in a lot, if you're going to be boondocking a lot, something like that, you may want to consider wiring a 12-volt switch in the positive wire that goes to these chargers. That way you can turn that off and there won't be any parasitic draw there. But you can still have use of your battery 12-volt power. So thanks guys for joining me on this video, and hopefully you learned something. Hopefully it's something that can help you out. And if it is, like I say, be sure to follow, and we'll be back with you with a new adventure next week. Thank you.
Do not forget to hit that subscribe button.